Hi, and welcome to the 10 square meter workshop. In this episode, my lathe goes digital. After this. If you follow my channel, you will know that I recently put a digital display on my table router. The need was clear. Without it, you have to use a handheld measuring device. But a metal lathe has graduated dials. Won't they do?
Yes, but it's not that simple. Here is my cross-slide dial, with measurements in both imperial and metric. The metric goes to 12.7 and then back to 0. And each large division is 1/4 millimeter, which is 1/2 millimeter off the diameter. Past 0 and it's a mental challenge. The top side is the same, but the carriage dial is in 0.03-inch divisions and no metric. Try doing that in your head in metric. So I bought one of these, twin digital readout plus lots of other functions. The short one is for the cross slide, the other for the carriage. I could have just bought two of the same sort as my router, but the extra features plus the armored cables to the sensors were convincing. They are also designed for a dust and swarf environment. Here is my lathe, waiting eagerly to be digitized. The boxes arrived in a few days. I'm not fond of unboxing videos, but it's worth seeing what you get. It was all pretty well packed. Time to test it. Make sure it works. Looking good. The build quality is quite impressive. Here is a view of all the parts included. First, the carriage rail. I wanted to mount this upside down for dust protection. One of the supplied brackets was attached to the headstroke after drilling and tapping the casting for 6mm bolts. The other end took a 6mm bolt directly to the tailstock end. I needed a bracket to join the slider to the carriage, like this, which I bent up with my trusty homemade folding machine. I added 4 holes tapped 4mm for cable dressing straps later on. Here is the bracket mounted to the slider. Remember, it will be installed the other way up. I drilled and tapped the carriage 4mm so the bracket could be attached. Next, the cross slide. I also mounted this inverted, with the slider fixed and the rail moving. This meant that the cable did not need a loop to move. 4mm tapped holes for the slider and 6mm plus a straight bracket for the rail. Next, I dressed the cables using the holes made earlier plus a bolt into the lathe frame. The result is quite tidy. Mount the display bracket to the wall, couple up, and we're good to go.
So, my 50-year-old lathe goes digital, and my aging brain does not have to do mental sums while I machine metal. Hope you found it interesting. Subscribe for more. See you next time.